Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am your host and Jason Statham of Staggered Breathing, Ken Levine. I'm a singer and vocal coach here on YouTube, and today we are looking at Phantom of the Opera, the metal version by Jonathan Young and featuring Melinda Kathleen Reese. But before we do that, I'd just like to remind you all to please remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff that we produce here on the channel. And hey, right, I subscribed if you're new to this fabulous community. Yes, I will try my very best to respond to as many people as I possibly can. So this comes as a suggestion from Devin Christensen. Writes, I subscribed now to make a suggestion of Phantom of the Opera by Jonathan Young and Melinda Kathleen Reese. Okay, let's do it. I am a fan of Jonathan Young. I don't pretend to know all of his work, but the stuff that I have seen, I've always enjoyed. Very, very consistently, I've consistently enjoyed it. There you go. That's what I meant to say. 3, 2, 1, go. Listen on headphones. Done. Okay. In the description.
In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came, that voice which calls to me and speaks my name.
Very intimate, very low in her register. Normally this is sung by a soprano. A soprano usually has a higher voice, obviously. Usually. Well, sopranos have come in all shapes and sizes and vocal colors as well. Generally, though, the color is the power that comes behind that sort of operatic soprano voice is a little bit higher. I think this is very close to the original in terms of the tessitura, the range of the song. It sounds brilliant, though. Really, really lovely in Melinda's voice. It feels to me like it's almost in the tenor range in terms of where it sits, the vocal line, and she's managing that quite effortlessly. So, and it sounds good. Just wanted to say that.
And do I dream again? For now I find the Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind.
Yes, subscribe to Melinda. I just wanted to point out that the interesting thing about sopranos or classically trained vocalists versus pop vocalists, which I think Melinda obviously is a trained voice, but has really taking it seriously. When you come to record that voice, sometimes the operatic sound isn't suitable. It's almost like it's too much for the microphone to handle. It's a difference between, projecting loudly and whispering intimately into the microphone. You want to have all of that nuance and those characteristics, the things that the microphone picks up so well. If you go into sort of overdrive operatic mode, it can overwhelm the capsule, and sometimes in a positive way, but generally it has a deleterious effect on the overall quality. And opera singers sound better live than they do sometimes on recording, and it has to do with how they capture that performance. Okay, I know it's talking too much about opera. This is the Phantom of the Opera, and this is the metal version. So there you go. It's nothing to do with operatic singing, except the name. Okay, I'll shut up now. 3, 2, 1. I love the sort of captions and annotated notes there. Yes, the mask is incredibly uncomfortable, in case you were wondering. That's why he's always adjusting it during the performance.
Sing once again with me our strange duet.
Okay, great. There's so many great things that Jonathan's doing there. Obviously, I was reacting to that incredible glissando up to the note, the phantom of the. It was just perfectly timed, so well situated within the music. It made sense. It made sense. Sometimes glissandoing, doing those scoops up into the note, feel like they could be a little bit lazy, but no, this was like done with intention. And that's what you want. You want to plan out each of those moments as much as you're able and really lean into them with intention that this is what I meant to do, not like it was just a happy little accident. I mean, you could Bob Ross it all you want, but generally when you put that much time and effort, as Jonathan Young does put into his videos, into his recordings, you want to make sure that you're doing things with intention and integrity. Also, too, one of the things that I notice about metal singers when they are hearkening back to a certain era of metal singing, the sort of like the Hetfield era of Metallica, where there's that wonderful distortion at the end of the line, adding a little bit of grit and growl, and then creating extra vowel modifications. And you can hear it. It's better to demonstrate it than to describe it. Let's see if we can catch him. Yeah. It's that extra few moments of vowel sound and then adding that sort of grit at the end of it. With false vocal folds. Great. It's wonderful. I love it. I think it's wonderful. Gives it that air of authenticity. You notice, too, in this performance, I don't know that this is necessarily sung live. Obviously, they performed it or they recorded it, and now they're doing the performance for video. I imagine a lot of the techniques that Jonathan Young, that he's displaying here in the video, or what he would normally do when he's recording it, and you can see the trumpeting of the lips and the hung jaw. That projects the sound out of the back of the throat and really places it more firmly into what they would call the mask. And of course, the Phantom always wears a mask. So there's great synchronicity in that. That's all I have to say. 3.
Inside your mind.
Those who have seen your face draw back and feel. I am the mask you wear. It's made
This is great. Phantom of the Opera and metal, I think there's this wonderful union he has happening here that it just makes sense. I think this is probably, if there are other metal versions of Phantom of the Opera, I don't know that one would be able, you'd be hard pressed to outdo this version of this particular song. It seems to just have the right balance of the original with metal motifs thrown in, the percussiveness of the drums, the shredding of the guitars, the distortion there, and then of course the quasi metal / operatic vocalisms that they're employing here. It's great. It's great. I'm just geeking out. That's all.
My spirit, my voice, you wanna combine. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Beware the Phantom of the Opera.
Great googly moogly. That was a sweet high note. Beautiful floaty falsetto at the top there. Have a listen to that again. Not easy to do.
Phantom of the
Yeah. Brilliant. Yes. Woohoo. Haha, that was great. Oh my goodness, that last tone was so sweet. Sweeter than a 10-pack of Tim Biebs. That was. Let's just have another listen to that. This is Melinda. So cool. I actually really appreciate that last little moment there, as it sounds like, well, there's this sort of video description of the sort of obliteration of yourself as the phantom sort of takes over Christine in this moment, and she sort of becomes a puppet to his vision, the phantom's vision of music, and yeah, that was really good, really cool. That sort of that stuttering at the end there. That's what I'm referencing. Anyway, really cool, super good. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a fan of Jonathan Young and his renditions. You should check out some of his Disney villain renditions. They're awesome. Yeah, it's always a lot of great care and attention to both vocal detail and musical detail, and his sort of mashup of these two genres. In this case, musical theater. Well, I suppose in the Disney villains as well, the whole musical theater mashup with metal. Music theater goes metal, or something like that. I don't know. Check it out. I'll leave links down below to his channel and all of these great renditions. Yes, maybe you want to create your own great rendition of music, maybe musical theater, maybe metal, might be a combination of both, and you're not entirely sure where to do that or how to make all of that come together. It's in those situations, it's always helpful to reach out to a competent vocal coach. They can help guide you along your path and offer insights into your own voice. Best way to learn is one-on-one. It's not always possible, though, in today's day and age. You can certainly reach out to one of the many talented vocal coaches here on YouTube. You don't have to work with me, but if you want to work with me, I'll be sure to leave those links down below in the description, KenLevineVocalCoach.com. Also, please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. What do you think of these mashups? Are they killer or are they all filler? I want to know. I learn a lot from your comments. I do have an opportunity occasionally to read through them all. I don't necessarily have the opportunity to respond to everyone, but I try to as best I can. And please remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff that we look at, review, and ponder over on this channel. And if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.